today's video blog, I'd like to go over vacation tips for when you take your small child with you on vacation. First tip, don't overschedule. Although we're on vacation, there's a lot to see and a lot to do, you definitely don't want to schedule things to the point where your toddler at 3 o'clock in the afternoon is raging into full meltdown mode. It's not pretty, it's not fun, and best if we can just avoid it altogether. Tip number 2. Limit the number of naps your baby or toddler is taking in a car. Although every once in a while is okay, especially if you're taking a long car ride to your vacation or home from your vacation, sleep in a car is not the best sleep for your child, and we don't want them to become dependent upon napping while in movement. Tip number 3. Avoid late bedtimes. Setting the scene for a perfect baby or toddler meltdown storm for sure. Let's remember when their bedtime usually occurs, and even if it's pushed back by maybe a half an hour, that's all right. But we don't want it to be hours later when the baby's going to be overtired or your toddler is now refusing to go to bed. Tip number 4. Keep to the same bedtime routine and rules while on vacation. Just because you're somewhere new doesn't mean that you don't have the same expectations for your child's sleep each night. Stay consistent with the rules, and they'll stay consistent with their sleep. Tip number 5. Create your little one's own little sleep space in your home away from home. So if you're in a vacation home, hopefully there might be a room especially for them. Or if you're in a hotel room and you're sharing, make sure that you create a small area within your hotel room that's designated just for their sleep and their sleep alone. Tip number 6. Do not bed share with your little one if you haven't normally bed share at home. It's just a very fine line. Only a couple of days on vacation, 5 or 6, where you're sharing a bed with them every night. When you get home, they're going to now insist to be in bed with you. As I said, if you haven't done it to begin with, this is not the time to start it. Tip number 7, excuse me. If possible, allow your child time to fall asleep on their own, even in a hotel room. Now you're wondering, how can I do this? Well, it's actually really simple and probably relaxing for you as well. If your room has a balcony, before bedtime, order up some room service, maybe a bottle of wine and some hors d'oeuvres or a snack. And once you put your child to bed, go out on the balcony for about a half an hour or so and give them plenty of time to fall asleep. If your room doesn't have a balcony, then what I would suggest you do is that you just walk outside and sit right outside the hotel room door. You can leave the door slightly open, or you can bring a monitor with you so you can hear what they're doing inside. And once they're finally quiet, you can go back in the room and get ready for bed yourself and have a great night's sleep.